Guys, Attorney Griggs, Justice Fighter. Sorry about the technical issues earlier, but I think we have it resolved. Um, so just going to make sure this is, yeah, I can see it now. Okay, so want to go over coronavirus update for today, April the 3rd, 2020. The numbers came out. Let's start at the top. Let's start with the worldwide numbers. Currently worldwide, there are 1,056,777 cases of coronavirus. 221,595 people have recovered, and there have been 55,781 deaths. The United States leads the world in the number of coronavirus cases with 257,305 cases. 11,941 individuals have recovered, and there have been 6,574 deaths. In the United States, of course, New York leads all states with 83,948 cases of coronavirus. 6,142 individuals have recovered, and 1,941 individuals have succumbed to this virus. So let's go to Georgia. Let's go to the Georgia numbers so we can get an accurate picture of what's happening here on the ground. And so today at 11:28 and 41 seconds, the Department of Public Health released our coronavirus status report, and we currently have 5,831 cases in the state. That's 1,158 people are currently hospitalized, and there have been 184 deaths in the state of Georgia. The main counties that have cases, and now the state has almost completely filled in. There are only 11 counties that don't have a coronavirus case in the county. Fulton County leads with 882 cases and 23 deaths. Dougherty County has 560 cases and 30 deaths. DeKalb County has 448 cases and 8 deaths. Cobb County has 381 cases and 18 deaths. Gwinnett County has 329 cases and 8 deaths. Clayton County has 195 cases and 6 deaths. Bartow County has 159 cases and 3 deaths. Carroll County has 143 cases and 2 deaths. Henry County has 125 cases and 3 deaths. Lee County has 115 cases and 8 deaths. And Cherokee County has 104 cases and 5 deaths. The leading category of individuals affected is 18 to 59, with 59% of those individuals who are infected being from that age group, and 60 plus is 36% of the individuals, 36% of the people with coronavirus in Georgia are 60 plus. Females have the highest rate of infection at 52%, males at 49%, and we've tested almost 25,000 people in the state. So you can kind of grasp where the numbers are. With only 25,000 people tested, we're running at almost a 20 to 25% infection rate and a 19% hospitalization rate of those individuals who are affected. And you have to remember the guidelines for getting tested in the United States. You have to have symptoms, you have to have a referral from a doctor, and you have to have had some sort of hospitalization or gone to see a medical provider to get the permission to have the test. So we're still well behind testing on the curve, and we're still going up on the curve. So again, my suggestion is to continue to follow the CDC's guidelines. They've been extended from the initial 15 days to end the curve to now 30 days, so the end of April. We also have a shelter in place from the Georgia governor, which goes into effect this evening, Friday at 6 p.m. Now, a lot of people have been asking questions, and I did a video live earlier breaking down the governor's shelter in place. But basically what you need to know is non-essential travel is banned, that you have to stay sheltered in place unless you are running an essential business or you have to keep a certain infrastructure for that business running. You can make trips for that. Of course, you can make trips to go get necessary medical treatment and supplies, of course, food from the grocery store and things like that. But otherwise, you are to shelter in place. The governor has indicated he will be using the Department of Safety and the State Patrol to enforce the shelter in place. We haven't gotten a lot of information about potential offenses for shelter in place, but I believe, just like in Fulton County, it would be a misdemeanor if you're caught out with a punishment of up to 12 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. That's just my assessment. I will continue to look at the executive order to try to understand exactly where we are. But essential business travel to maintain the infrastructure, essential medical and public safety, public health trips are allowable, and exercise as long as you maintain the 6 feet spatial distance in that order. So those are the things that you need to know about the order. We have to maintain social distancing. That's 6 foot. That does not mean we cannot have social interaction. It just means physically we have to be distant from anybody that's not in your immediate family. The governor was quite clear about that. If they're in your household and you cohabitate with that individual, you can go underneath the 6 foot radius. But in public, you have to maintain that 6 foot radius. I want to give some special acknowledgement to people that are doing yeoman's work. Terrence Lester, thank you, brother, for all the work you're doing, providing necessary sanitation needs for our homeless population. Shout out to Chris Stewart for providing the N95 mask for Grady Healthcare Systems. Thank you for going above and beyond. And all the people that are doing yeoman's work. I was in a Zoom court hearing earlier, and I was just thinking to myself, thank you to all the public defenders who are providing the necessary services to our incarcerated population, the individuals that are in pretrial detention. Thank you to the judges for continuing in this judicial emergency, to provide the necessary justice that we can during this emergency. And thank you to the people, the ones that are on this live, that are sharing this information, the individuals that are getting the information out, accurate information that's helping keep the public safe. We have to continue to step up and do our job. So I'm just appreciative of everybody that tunes in. Please spread this information. We have to stand together in this trying time. This is going to be defining of our generation, how we respond to this. My heart goes out to all the individuals who have lost their jobs. My heart goes out to all the individuals who are now struggling financially. We will pull through this. We will see brighter days. But right now, we have to shelter in place. We have to make sure we provide for those that do not have. We have to come up with innovative ways to connect with one another. And we have to get through this. So I'm the Justice Fighter, Attorney Griggs. Justice Media will be up and running to get you this information, and we will provide it every single day, noon and 7 o'clock, the numbers and our advice on how you pull through this. Thank you for all the people that said there were technical difficulties earlier. We're still working out the kinks with this, but I just want to make sure we get this information to you in real time so you can use this information. Again, the governor's shelter in place goes into effect at 6 p.m. Please spread that word. I will drop a link to the actual order so you can read it for yourself and break it down. But I've attempted to break it down for you. And just make sure we take care of one another. Make sure we love on each other, socially distant, physically distant, but we can socially still interact. And let's make sure that we take care of ourselves in this trying time. The governor's order will last for 14 days. I expect it's going to last longer than 14 days. Please, if you have to go out, wear a mask. The CDC has not given guidance yet, but I'm getting information from medical providers and public health officials that this virus is, in fact, airborne, and it can be transmitted through regular conversation. So we need to protect ourselves from getting those droplets out and protect ourselves from inhaling them. So we need to make sure we take all the precautions necessary and take care of one another. So again, it's Attorney Griggs, the Justice Fighter. I love you guys. I will see you at 7.